again, a CNN poll, which I just find these so interesting because CNN is certainly not wanting to do Republicans any favor, nor do they want to do Biden any damage, but they can't help what the numbers show. And this is a poll CNN ran with this week about the level of people who think Joe Biden is involved in the corruption of his son's business dealings.
Talking about, Dana, here, the time when he was vice president, right, whether Joe Biden was involved in Hunter Biden's business dealings at the time he served as vice president. Overall, if you look here, 61% of Americans think Joe Biden was involved.
That's right. 61% think that he was involved into those shady businesses. That's pretty significant. And I think it's very interesting. We're going to move to this next one. This is showing some more Biden polling from CNN. They opened their mid-morning program this past week with a single word, the word oof, describing how disastrous his numbers are.
Oof, problematic new polling numbers out this morning for President Biden. The CNN poll finds his approval rating sinking to just 39%. Democrats on notice as the 2024 race for the White House heats up. Among voters' concerns, Biden's age. They're worried about his mental and physical competence, along with how well he understands the concerns of future generations of Americans. Another big issue, the economy. 58% say Biden's policies have made economic conditions worse.
What's so interesting is that the Biden team are out there fanning across America, selling Bidenomics. And I guess their message is, who are you going to believe? Your lying eyes or your lying administration? I mean, at some point, people are saying, look, gasoline is much higher than it was when you took office, Joe Biden. Groceries, 16% higher. Overall, inflation is almost 17%. The average American household has lost $700 a month in earning power because of the cost of goods and the downtrodden of wages. So if you add that up, $700 a month, $8,400 a year. How many Americans, Pam, do you think would really love to have and could use $8,400 a year more than they're getting right now?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, that's a lot of money for most American families, $8,400. And that's how much buying power the average American has lost, which means some may not have lost that much, but lost, and others have lost a heck of a lot more. That's just average. So if you're a typical American family, $700 a month is what you've lost. That is a lot of money. Joe Biden has had his own moments this week where things didn't exactly make sense, one of which was at a Medal of Honor ceremony at the White House. He presents the Medal of Honor. The ceremony is still going on. And Joe, well, he just wanders away and leaves the ceremony right in the middle of it. Watch. There he goes, walking off into the distance. Now, if you watch this entire thing, you realize the people on the podium are looking around like, what do? We haven't done the benediction. We haven't made the formal closing. And this poor Medal of Honor recipient is standing up there like, am I in charge now? I mean, I really feel for him. He's just left on the stage by himself. And Joe just walks away. Now, it got attention even from liberal media who said, how come the president just walked out of the ceremony in the middle of it? So they trot out Jean-Pierre to the White House podium to try to explain, and her explanation is about as ridiculous as his walking away.
He left as planned, as it was planned. He left when there was a pause in the program in order to minimize his close contact with attendees who are about to participate in a reception. And as you all reported that, noticed that he left when there was a pause in the program because, again, he wanted to minimize certainly his impact on folks who were there.
You know how I know she's lying? Because she kept repeating the same thing over and over, trying to figure out how can she say this in a way that has credibility. Well, you can't, because it doesn't have any credibility. Nobody believes that he was all about protecting the people in that room. I mean, if he was about protecting them, he would have taken the back way out. He walked right through the crowd, didn't put his mask back on either, even though his wife has COVID right now. And he walked in one event holding a mask and saying, you know, I'm supposed to wear this. They told me, whoever they is, they told me I needed to wear it, but as you can see, I have it, but I didn't wear it. I'm thinking, yeah, well then don't make me wear one either. If a government believes that nobody is going to question their power, they will use a new length of power to come after citizens. You know what we saw this week? Something that I was shocked by. The FBI ordered the Liberty Safe Company to give them the codes to get into some people's safes, and they did it. Liberty Safe gave them the code. Now, if that doesn't chill you, it should, because unless a warrant specifically says, we are looking for X, Y, and Z in your safe, and we have a reason to be there, but your attorney can be there to make sure that we don't plant evidence in your safe or take something from your safe that we don't tell you we've taken. Folks, this is what happens in a totalitarian state. This is East Germany stuff. This is Gestapo stuff. This is not America when that kind of violation of Fourth and Fifth Amendment rights are trampled all over.
A lot of talk going on about this week, too. Governor Highland Homestead asking, what do you think about Mitch McConnell?
You know, I feel for him because obviously something has happened in these 3 different instances where his brain just freezes. He doesn't seem to be aware of his surroundings. I heard what the doctor at the Senate said, that, oh, he's fine. Folks, I watched those videos. You did too. That is not normal. That's not fine. Now, maybe it's a delayed reaction from the bad fall that he had earlier this summer when he fell and he hit his head and he, you know, was apparently going through some real difficulty. But here's what I find interesting. A lot of the senators rallied around and said, oh, he's doing great. But, you know, the other side of that maybe a lot of our viewers may not think about, one of them actually said it, and I don't know if it was intended to be so blunt, but, you know, he's raised a lot of money for our campaigns. And I thought, now you just told me what this is about. The reason none of you are questioning whether he should continue on in the leadership position is because he's raised a boatload of money and you feel like you can't bite the hand that feeds you. It pains me to watch this. It's why I think, look, we need term limits, and it's not just about age. Chuck Grassley from Iowa is 89 years old. The man is as sharp as anybody I know. He still does push-ups every day, and he runs 3 miles a day. 89. So do we need to get rid of him because of his age? No, he's functioning just fine. Then you got people like Fetterman, who's in his, late 40s, early 50s, and who knows if he's aware of his surroundings. So it's not about his age as much as it is competency and ability to function. And if anyone thinks it's cruel to even suggest that, folks, we pay their salaries. They're tax-funded public servants. And if they cannot do their jobs, it really is, it's in all of our best interest to say, maybe you should step aside and let someone step into the job who can do it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I hope you will now. The button is just below this video, and there's a little bell next to it. If you click on those, YouTube will reluctantly start letting you know when we've got a new video uploaded.